I'm Dominick Cruz. We got Barquetto here. He is going to be Khalil Rountree. I'm going to be Alex Pereira. Go over some details for you on how we think this fight's going to go. So we've got a southpaw, Khalil Rountree, and a conventional Pereira. Now we saw against Adesanya when Pereira fought Adesanya, the stance switch didn't affect him too much. It doesn't matter if you're southpaw or conventional. Pereira sticks to his guns. He keeps his right hand up high, or sometimes he drops his hands. And what you see about Pereira is he's got a couple little hops that he does on his way in and out, like this, and his hands stay right here so that you throw at him. What makes Pereira so dangerous is he's willing to take risks like this. He'll keep his hands down and hop in, and right when he's hopping to move in and out of range, when he hops into range, he's waiting for the strike. And whatever the strike comes, he goes underneath it or he comes over the top of it. And if it's a hook, then he blocks and then he can counter down the middle. If it's a straight punch, he slips and he's got his left hook. His left hook is his biggest, best weapon. We've seen him knock many people out with it. And then he's hand fighting too. So he's always keeping this hand fight, and then he's looking for this calf kick. Once he gets to the outside, all day, and then the second you start beating this leg, that's when you'll see him reach to land this back kick. And he also has a good one to the head, obviously.
Oh! Alex Pereira with an early head kick, round two. And still, Alex Pereira remains on top of the MMA world.
Wow. And this is another thing. The second you try to put the pressure on Pereira and push him back, that's when he starts throwing to your chest. And the chest punches, you can't slip and work your way in. If I throw a punch to the head, he can slip, and now he can get closer to me. That's what Pereira stops by going to the chest and the body. So the second you start coming and pressuring him, he starts throwing to your chest and to your body and to your shoulders, and he squares you up by throwing your shoulders. And then once you start pressing him and he squares you up, that's when you see left hook, high kicks, inside kicks, calf kicks, and then he circles and creates, gets the fight back where he wants. And starts landing, looking for the counters. So keep a lookout for Alex Pereira. When he drops his hands and he starts hopping in, that's when you're gonna see the live action. That's when his gifts really show. That's when he can time your punch. The second your hand leaves its base, he knows to throw the same side because there's no defense on that side. And that's what makes Alex Pereira so dangerous and such a nasty finisher. Khalil Rountree, he's a southpaw, obviously. So the big thing that we're gonna look for in this fight is foot positioning and hand positioning. There's always a hand fight going on. So since we got a conventional Pereira, this hand fight is important because he likes to come around for the hook. So if this hand reaches too far, this hook can come around and clip Khalil. So you'll see him do this, and you'll also see in fights, he bats it down. He doesn't like that hand to keep the range. It also keeps this space. On the other end, that's what Khalil likes. So while this hand is coming, when you try to work your way into his space, he's really good at taking a back step the second you move forward. And he moves his foot right here, and that's when the hook lands. That's how he pulls it in. So he waits, you come in, boom, right hook. And then once he clips you with that right hook stepping in, that's when you see this left hand come down the pipe.
Just wow.
The other thing about Khalil is he's good at keeping this leg moving so he's not eating calf kicks the entire day. He's gonna need that because Pereira likes to throw this calf kick to the outside. So you're gonna see this hand fight. He's batting it down. See, when he bats the hand down, it pulls the hand in front so that now you can't come around for the kick and you can't come around for the hook. And it also stops up the right hand of his opponent because it turns the shoulders. when you chop this hand down. Now his right hand doesn't work. So these are all little tools to take away the calf kick, take away the backhand of Pereira, and then also set up his hook on his own. Khalil also, very good, powerful back leg. Because he's a southpaw, he's gonna be looking to set up this back leg. Boom, straight to the ribs. That shuts down the right hand of Pereira. And last, you'll see this inside kick. That hides the high kick to the body and the head. So when he throws this, it hides, makes it look like that, and makes it look like the head kick. They all look the same. Now once I start landing this, he starts working in. There's the hook in the left hand for Khalil. These are the tools that he uses over and over.
Inside kick, a light bounce with very little weight on that front leg is allowing him to slam that in there so quick with no telegraphing. It just looks incredibly sharp.
And this is what's dangerous for Pereira. Pereira's gonna wanna stay just outside of range so that when this hook comes and this right hand comes, it's not there for him to hit. So Pereira's gonna have to really play that space, keep this space where he wants. And when it comes to Khalil, I think the key to this fight is controlling the center of the octagon and pressing an Alex Pereira. When Pereira moves forward, he has like a hop to him and he's really hard to counter. So you wanna move forward and you wanna be feinting your way in on Pereira.
Rountree sits down Robertson.
If I don't feint my way in, Pereira's got a really good shot to the body and the head, and he's really good at countering. Now another tool you're gonna see out of both these guys is lead leg attacks. Pereira has a really nasty calf kick and inside kick. So he'll go to the calf or the inside when he throws it. He'll go here, back, bam, or he'll go here. And like Barque did, he'll also hit the outside. And when he does that, he's looking to get this left hook angle and outside kick at the same time. So he can use both weapons. If he steps out now, he can throw his hook. And if he steps out and kicks, he can attack you. He can attack your calf.
There's that low kick. He comes so sneaky.
Pereira's kicks are nuts, man.
Now Khalil, if he's moving back, the thing he does really good is he'll pull you, and he's got that hook, but he also has this nasty kick that we saw him blow me out at least once in his career.
Oh, stop! That's it! Wow.
I have never seen nothing like that.
Rountree Jr.
And the reason it's so nasty is because when you choose to pressure him, being a southpaw, our feet are lined up. Now, if he's conventional, if he's southpaw and I'm southpaw, notice the kick has an angle now. It doesn't work the same. I can throw it, but it's not like me being perfectly lined up to throw it. So being a conventional and Khalil being southpaw, that's why you see this kick. He backs up, and he jumps into it, and he can just straighten your knee right out and blow it out. And that's a huge weapon he uses. And I think we're gonna see that when Pereira, you start seeing, just like this, he's hopping in with his hands down and he starts coming in, I think you're gonna see Khalil look to take that knee out just to stop that pressure, just to check Pereira on, hey, watch out, bro, I'm a big boy. I can blow your knee out anytime I want, and I got kicks too.
Oh my goodness.
TKO due to the leg kicks.
Yeah, I know. That's one of those techniques. Like the side kick to the knee.
Now, I'm gonna assume that Khalil Rountree understands from watching the film, I'm gonna assume that he doesn't wanna be on his heels very often in this fight against Pereira, because when you watch Pereira, he's extremely dangerous moving forward. And while he can fight moving backwards, it's not his bread and butter to be on his heels. So I think Khalil's gonna look to throw big shots, keep this lid hand fight, yes, and work back, exactly. And I think we're gonna see Khalil work him to the fence and try to get him here as long as possible. Now, this is where Pereira's gonna use his basics. He has gotten through all these fights with pure basics no matter who he's fought, even against Yuri as well. First thing he does is he keeps his 50-50 position. And 50-50 is when I have an arm over and I have an arm under. It's an over-under 50-50 position because we're kind of even here. So now what Pereira's good with is this overhook, also known as a whizzer. He keeps it really tight, and this pulls the opponent's chest up so that when this person wants to drop down, I've got this arm, so I can't drop down to the legs. Pereira's so strong, he just keeps this and this in order to stop. That threatens the knees, and then he just keeps this whizzer right here to keep your chest up, and he keeps his hand. And the second you try to drop down, he holds this up, and now you can't drop the way you want. But eventually, you get down. You get down to a double, and he works into it. That's when you'll see Pereira, he'll pull you back up, and then he's just gonna look throw a knee, and what he does is after he gets where he wants to by pushing your hips away, when your hips are in, you're strong, and you can use this. But Pereira will use all that stuff just to get your hips away. Now he can get this and escape. And now he's where he wants to be in the free and open. That's some of the basics you'll see on the fence standing up. Now let's say they pressure you and they get him down. We saw Yuri get him down. We saw a couple guys pull him down right here, just like this, exactly in this position. Now what he's so good at is being patient. He knows they're gonna keep working him parallel with the fence. So he waits, he keeps this overhook like he always does, like we just saw, and then the second you start moving, you see how he let go? You gotta let go eventually. The second that happens, he turns to his hip right here, and he keeps this whizzer, this overhook. Now right here, everybody grabs the knee, they're grabbing the wrist, they're grabbing all this stuff, and he knows that. But once they let go, he gets to this knee. This is basics. This isn't super crazy stuff. You'll see this over and over in fighting. Overhook, hand down, and then the second they start trying to grab his ankle, get this body lock, any of this stuff, especially the body lock, that's when he uses the opportunity. He'll punch, and then stand. And right here, he'll just use the wall or the fence, and he grinds the hands on the fence and the wall to break them apart. And now we're back where we started. Clear the underhook and get out of there. And it's step by step, very simple. I don't know if it's because he's strong or because the guys don't have the best work against the fence, but bottom line is nobody's been able to just keep him on the fence and grapple him and grind him down at all. So do I think Khalil Rountree, who's mostly striking, is gonna be the guy to do that? We don't know. But that is an adjustment to make on Alex Pereira.